If you're a man over 60 and you've noticed your erections becoming weaker, softer, or even disappearing altogether, I want you to pay close attention, because the truth is, millions of men your age are silently struggling, feeling embarrassed, emotionally distant, and uncertain, convinced this is just a normal part of aging. But what if the real cause has nothing to do with age and everything to do with what you're not eating? I'm talking about 5 everyday nuts, the kind you can pick up at almost any grocery store, that may help bring back the firm, powerful erections you thought were long gone. My name is Dr. Mojit Kara. I'm a board-certified urologist with more than 3 decades of experience focused on men's health, hormone optimization, and erectile dysfunction. I've worked with thousands of men, veterans, executives, and retirees alike, and here's what I can tell you with certainty. Age isn't the enemy. Your body still has what it takes, it just needs the right kind of support. What most men don't realize is that medications like Viagra don't actually solve the root problem. They weren't intended for daily use. But nature, thankfully, has already given us a better option. Some of the most effective tools for restoring male vitality come from simple, wholesome foods. These 5 types of nuts are packed with compounds that enhance blood flow, strengthen your arteries, and even help boost testosterone levels without side effects. In just a moment, I'll walk you through each one. And stick with me until the end, because I'll also reveal the single best nut to eat at night, a small but powerful habit that's helping men well into their 70s and 80s wake up feeling like themselves again. Now, before we jump in, if maintaining your strength, health, and confidence matters to you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos tailored for men over 60. And if this video resonates, drop a 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 and let me know what you'd like to see improved. Your feedback helps shape this space. Let's get started. The first nut I want you to add to your routine is often overlooked, but incredibly potent. It's small, rich in a vital trace mineral, and just a couple per day can noticeably improve your energy, hormone levels, and yes, your erection strength. Let's talk about Brazil nuts. 1. Brazil nuts. A simple way to restore testosterone and sexual vitality. Many men in their 60s have never heard of selenium, and yet this little-known mineral might be the missing link between you and a stronger, more dependable erection. The most natural and efficient way to get it? Brazil nuts. These large, creamy nuts, with a slightly sweet taste, come from South America. And when it comes to selenium content, they're second to none. Just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts can supply more than your entire daily selenium needs, making them one of the most potent natural sources on the planet. So why does this matter, especially as you get older? As we age, testosterone production slows, arteries stiffen, and blood circulation weakens. Selenium plays a key role not only in supporting healthy testosterone levels, but also in boosting the production of glutathione, of your body's most powerful antioxidants. That's a big deal, because glutathione helps protect your blood vessels, especially the delicate lining that affects blood flow to the penis. When that lining stays strong and clear, circulation improves, and better blood flow means firmer, more consistent erections and a noticeable boost in sexual performance. Recent studies are shedding even more light on selenium's importance. Low levels of this mineral have been linked to issues like reduced sperm quality, fatigue, low mood, and hormone imbalance in older men. One European study even showed that men with higher selenium intake experienced better sperm mobility and healthier hormone levels, and these were men in their 60s and older, not just younger adults. Your body hasn't given up. It still knows what to do, it just needs the right ingredients. The beauty of Brazil nuts is that they make things simple. You don't need a stack of pills or a complete diet overhaul. Just 1 or 2 nuts in the morning, maybe with your breakfast or coffee, is all it takes. But be mindful, this is a case where more isn't better. Because of how rich they are in selenium, it's best to stick with 1 to 2 Brazil nuts a day. Too much can lead to digestive issues or even selenium toxicity over time. Think of them as a natural, super supplement, powerful, effective, and best used in moderation. Now, let me speak to you directly, man to man. I've sat across from countless men who've spent years quietly withdrawing from intimacy, feeling ashamed, making excuses, and losing that sense of confidence that once came so naturally. They start believing they've lost something permanent. But I want you to hear this: you're not alone. And more importantly, you are not broken. Your body was designed to work. That inner spark is still there. Sometimes the issue isn't damage, it's neglect. And what you need isn't repair, it's reconnection. For many men, adding Brazil nuts into their daily routine is the beginning of a turnaround. Their energy starts to return. Their desire reignites. Erections become more responsive, more satisfying. It's not just its nourishment. It's about giving your body what it's quietly needed all along. And here's something unexpected: many men also report clearer thinking, improved mood, and better sleep after a few weeks of regular Brazil nut consumption. That's because selenium doesn't just support one system, it plays a role in everything from brain chemistry to immune function. That's because selenium plays a role in several vital systems throughout your body, from supporting your thyroid and regulating brain chemicals to strengthening your immune defense. So while your first motivation might be to restore stronger erections, you're actually giving your whole system a boost. Everything is interconnected. And that's the real value of working with your body rather than pushing against it. We're not forcing quick fixes or bypassing natural processes. We're simply nourishing your system with what it's quietly needed for years. So here's my encouragement to you. If you only take one step today, let it be this: start with a single Brazil nut tomorrow morning. Stick with it for a week, then 2, then a month. You may notice subtle but powerful shifts. Your energy may feel more consistent. Your confidence may quietly begin to return, and your body may begin to reawaken in ways you haven't felt in years. But don't stop there. Brazil nuts are just the first part of the equation. There's another food, one with a history going back to ancient warriors for strength and stamina, and one that modern science confirms may outperform some erectile dysfunction prescriptions. Even better, you probably already have it in your pantry. Let's move on to that now. If you're still with me, and this message is speaking to you, drop a 1 in the comments to let me know you're serious about making a change. Now let's dig into the next vital piece of the puzzle: 2. Walnuts nature's circulation booster for female erections. When it comes to sexual health, the number one factor most men forget is circulation. Without strong blood flow, it doesn't matter how healthy your hormones are, your erections will lose their strength, won't last, and may start to feel unfamiliar. That's where walnuts come into play. These humble, brain-shaped nuts are incredibly powerful, especially for men in their 60s and beyond. They're packed with L-arginine, an amino acid your body uses to create nitric oxide, the molecule responsible for dilating blood vessels and improving flow. To put it simply, when you become aroused, nitric oxide tells your blood vessels to relax and expand, which allows blood to flow into the penis, creating a firm erection. As you get older, your body's ability to produce nitric oxide naturally declines. That's one big reason why erections become softer or slower to respond. But when you regularly eat foods rich in L-arginine like walnuts, you give your body what it needs to naturally ramp up nitric oxide production. No medications, no risky side effects, no uncomfortable trips to the pharmacy, just powerful, restorative nutrition straight from your kitchen. And that's not all walnuts offer. They're also an excellent source of omega-3 fatty acids, which are known to reduce inflammation and support cardiovascular health. That matters because when arteries become inflamed or constricted, whether in your heart or elsewhere, it restricts blood flow everywhere, including the areas that define your masculinity. In fact, many health experts now recognize erectile dysfunction as an early sign of potential heart trouble, and it makes perfect sense. The same blood vessels that supply your heart also feed the areas responsible for your performance. So, when you improve circulation, you're not just helping your erections, you're also protecting your heart, your brain, and your overall vitality. Here's a simple habit you can start right away. Add a small handful of walnuts, around 6 to 8 havesto, your daily routine. Enjoy them as a snack. Toss them on a salad, or eat them alongside your breakfast. The key is consistency. That regular intake of L-arginine and healthy fats. begins to soften stiff arteries, nourish blood vessels, and support the internal systems that keep your sexual health strong. Some of the men I've worked with say they notice changes in as little as 2 to 3 weeks. One of the earliest signs? Stronger morning erections and better overall responsiveness. But the transformation isn't just physical. There's also a deep mental shift that often gets overlooked. When your body begins working the way it should, again when you feel that natural response, you gain back a quiet sense of confidence. You walk taller. You feel more emotionally present with your partner. You stop fading into the background and start showing up again as yourself. And that's what this journey is really about. Yes, it's about performance, but it's also about reclaiming the strength and presence that come from knowing you're still fully alive, still capable, still a man with power, purpose, and presence. Don't worry if you've been out of sync for a while. Your body hasn't given up, it just needs the right cues. The nutrients in walnuts are one of those cues. They help jumpstart your natural systems without the need for prescriptions, side effects, or shame. This isn't about turning back time or trying to be 25 again. It's about becoming the healthiest, most energized version of yourself right now. And that begins with treating your body like it matters, because it does. Start tomorrow with one small handful of walnuts. It's not a massive overhaul, but it's a powerful daily investment. Something simple, something sustainable, and something that could quietly transform your energy and your health from the inside out. Now, while walnuts are incredibly effective, there's another nut that deserves your attention. It's often forgotten, but it's packed with critical vitamins and minerals, especially one trace nutrient that many men over 60 are severely low in. If you've been dealing with low energy, mental fog, or just feeling off, this next nut might be exactly what your body has been waiting for. Let's move on. 3. Almonds. A nutrient-rich powerhouse for hormone health, vitality, and bedroom confidence. By the time many men hit their 60s, it's common to feel like the spark is fading. Energy levels dip, mood shifts, and sexual confidence often becomes a thing of the past. What many men don't realize is that these changes is dip in energy, the loss of drive, the mental fog aren't just about aging. They're often the result of nutritional gaps. As your body enters this next phase of life, its demands shift, and if those needs aren't met, everything starts to slow down physically, mentally, and intimately. Almonds are one of the easiest, most overlooked ways to begin turning that around. They're packed with the exact nutrients older men need to keep their systems running strong. Let's begin with magnesium. It's one of the most important minerals for circulation, heart function, and sexual health, yet most men over 60 aren't getting enough of it. Magnesium helps relax and open your blood vessels, improving the flow of blood to vital areas like your brain, heart, and yes, your penis. If you felt sluggish or foggy, there's a good chance low magnesium could be playing a role. The good news? Almonds are a rich, natural source, and unlike pills, the nutrients in whole foods are often better absorbed and easier on your system. Next up is zinc. You only need a small amount of this mineral, but it's absolutely essential. Zinc is directly involved in producing testosterone, maintaining libido, and supporting sperm health. Unfortunately, zinc deficiency is extremely common in older men. When your levels drop, so does your hormonal drive. Almonds offer a convenient way to restore that balance and, over time, can help lift energy, mood, and desire back to a more vibrant level. Then, there's vitamin E. This nutrient acts as a powerful antioxidant, protecting the integrity of your blood vessels and encouraging smooth, healthy circulation. Remember, an erection is only as good as the blood flow behind it. If your arteries are inflamed or restricted, performance suffers. Vitamin E helps strengthen the lining of those vessels, supporting stronger blood flow right where it counts. The beauty of almonds is how easy they are to incorporate into your life. Just 10 to 12 raw or dry roasted almonds a day can be enough to make a real difference. You can snack on them mid-morning, keep a stash in your glove box, or toss a few into your breakfast. It's not about doing everything perfectly. It's about creating small, steady habits that give your body what it needs to thrive. Because this isn't about quick fixes. It's about steady support, building a foundation your body can rely on for the long haul. There's strength in simplicity. You don't need expensive prescriptions or complicated diet plans. Sometimes, all it takes is a small act, repeated consistently. Every almond is a signal, a reminder that your health still matters, that your vitality is worth investing in, and that the man you want to be is still right there, waiting to emerge again. I've had men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s come back after a few weeks of adding almonds into their diet. And they don't just mention physical improvements. They talk about sharper thinking, better focus. They're sleeping more soundly. They're feeling more emotionally connected with their partners. And that kind of transformation doesn't come from a single pill or a one-time fix. It's the result of steady, consistent nourishment, giving your body the ingredients it's quietly needed, and letting nature do what it does best. So if you've been sensing your spark fading, if that sense of vitality or confidence has dulled, something simple. Begin with a few almonds a day. Let your body adjust to that regular source of support. Pay attention to what shifts, how you rest at night, how you move during the day, how you feel first thing in the morning. Often, the strength you thought was gone is simply dormant, waiting for the right conditions to reawaken. Now, while almonds offer incredible benefits, there's another nut you need to know about. This one has a rich legacy prized by ancient cultures for its effect on stamina and masculinity, and today, backed by modern science for its ability to improve erectile function. It's flavorful, satisfying, and surprisingly effective, yet most men overlook it completely. If performance or endurance has been a challenge for you lately, this next one might just be your secret weapon. Let's dive in. 4. Pistachios, a time-tested, science-backed snack for better erections. There's something casual and almost fun about eating pistachios. You crack them open one by one, pop them in your mouth, and before you realize it, you've had a generous handful. But don't let their simplicity fool you. These little green gems are one of the most researched and respected natural foods when it comes to improving male sexual health. For men over 60, their value can't be overstated. The key lies in their unique nutritional content. Pistachios are a strong natural source of L-arginine, an amino acid that your body uses to create nitric oxide, the molecule responsible for relaxing and widening your blood vessels. Nitric oxide is essential for strong, lasting erections. It's the same mechanism targeted by ED medications like Viagra, but pistachios help support it naturally, from the inside out. Here's the good news. There's solid clinical research to back this up. In one prominent study, men who ate just 3 ounces of pistachios daily for 3 weeks saw meaningful improvements in erection strength, libido, and satisfaction without changing anything else in their routines. These weren't just emotional shifts. These were measurable, physical results. And the benefits go beyond just one area. Pistachios are also packed with heart-healthy fats, fiber, plant sterols, and antioxidants. Together, these compounds work to improve cholesterol, reduce inflammation, and support healthy blood flow. For older men, that's crucial, because many of the symptoms we associate with aging, like low energy, poor memory, and yes, erectile issues, often come down to reduced circulation. By improving cardiovascular health, pistachios do more than just support your erections. They help revitalize your entire body. That boost in circulation often leads to better energy, brighter moods, and a renewed sense of physical presence that many men haven't felt in years. Another unique thing about pistachios is just how satisfying they are. That might seem trivial, but it's actually a big deal for men aiming to make healthier choices. A snack that tastes good, feels indulgent, and satisfies hunger can keep you from reaching for salty chips or sugary sweets. Pistachios offer that perfect crunch and flavor without the guilt. And since they're full of protein and fiber, they help regulate blood sugar, ease inflammation, and keep you full longer. That's especially helpful if you're working to manage your weight or lose stubborn belly fat, another factor that directly impacts testosterone and performance. So, how do you make pistachios a part of your daily routine without overthinking it? Simple. Keep a small container of unsalted roasted pistachios somewhere convenient in your kitchen, your car, or right by your favorite chair. Just 1 or 2 small handfuls a day, roughly 1 to 2 ounces, is enough to make a difference without overdoing the calories. Try having them as an afternoon pick-me-up, or even after dinner, as a light, nutrient-dense snack before bed. The healthy fats and L-arginine they contain will continue working through the night, boosting blood flow, aiding recovery, and quietly supporting your system while you sleep. And here's what I've heard time and again from the men I work with. The benefits aren't just physical. As their circulation improves, they begin to feel more confident, more connected, more present in their relationships. That nagging frustration, the one that whispers, "You're not the man you used to be," starts to fade. With better blood flow and more consistent energy, they stop dreading intimacy and start embracing it again. This is what makes natural nutrition so powerful. You're not fixing something broken, you're simply giving your body the signals and fuel it's been waiting for. In many cases, that's all it takes to turn things around. Now, if you're still here, you're clearly serious about reclaiming your strength and health. And I've got one final nut to share, the last part of this 5-nut system. It's smooth, rich, and absolutely packed with healthy fats that do more than just improve blood flow. These fats protect your arteries and help keep your hormones in balance, yet most men ignore this one completely. Once you understand how powerful it is, you'll never look at it the same way again. Let's dive into it. 5. Macadamia nuts. The nourishing fat that supports hormones and artery health. Of all the nuts we've covered, macadamias are probably the most indulgent. Their buttery texture and rich flavor make them feel like a treat, but beneath that luxury is a powerhouse of nutrients your body craves, especially after 60. These rich little powerhouses are more than just a tasty snack. They're a potent source of heart-healthy fats and essential nutrients that support circulation, hormonal balance, and long-term artery health. For men over 60 who want to maintain strong, dependable erections, macadamia nuts can be a surprisingly valuable ally. What makes macadamias special is the quality of their fats. Unlike many processed snack foods loaded with trans fats and cheap oils, macadamias are rich in monounsaturated fats, the same beneficial fats found in olive oil and avocados. These fats don't just linger in your body. They actively help lower bad cholesterol, raise good cholesterol, and ease inflammation in your blood vessels. That translates to improved blood flow throughout your body, including where it matters most for sexual function. A major but often overlooked cause of erectile issues in older men is something called endothelial dysfunction. The endothelium is the thin lining inside your blood vessels, and when it becomes inflamed or damaged, it can't expand the way it needs to during arousal. That's a problem because erections depend on blood vessels opening quickly and fully. Macadamia nuts contain compounds like polyphenols and flavonoids that help protect and support that delicate lining, keeping your vessels resilient and responsive. These healthy fats also play a direct role in hormone production. Testosterone, the hormone that drives male sexual function, is made from cholesterol, but the right kind. You don't need greasy fast food. You need clean, natural sources of fat like those found in macadamias. They help provide the raw materials your body uses to maintain balanced hormone levels, without the need for synthetic boosters or risky interventions. Beyond their hormonal benefits, macadamias are satisfying and metabolically friendly. They're high in fiber and low in carbohydrates, which makes them excellent for stabilizing blood sugar and preventing energy crashes. Fluctuating blood sugar levels can quietly disrupt everything from your energy and mood to your hormone signaling, so keeping things stable is key. And just a few macadamias a day, 5 or 6, no more is enough to see benefits. They're calorie dense, so a little goes a long way. The best part? They're incredibly easy to work into your day. Toss a few on your salad, enjoy them with a square of dark chocolate, or simply savor them as an evening snack. Let it become a quiet, enjoyable habitone that reinforces your commitment to staying strong, energized, and vibrant. Because when it comes to reclaiming your health, small daily choices like this aren't just helpful, they're powerful. Many of the older men I've worked with come back just a few weeks after adding macadamia nuts to their routine and say things like, "I feel more balanced," or "My motivation is coming back." That's not random. When you nourish your body with what it's genuinely missing, it responds not instantly, not like flipping a switch, but gradually and reliably. You start noticing it in your energy, your mood, and yes, your performance. And while all 5 nuts we've discussed each offer serious benefits, there's one final piece of the puzzle that brings everything together. It's a simple yet powerful habit that works while you sleep. If you truly want to boost blood flow, enhance overnight recovery, and support your sexual health without effort, there's one particular nut that rises above the rest. It's often overlooked, but when eaten before bed, the results can be transformational. Let's talk about that now. 6. The one nut before bed, your quiet nighttime advantage. By this point, you've seen how much of an impact natural foods, especially the right nuts, can have on men's health. But what if there were one that's especially effective at night? One that helps your body restore itself during sleep and prepares you to wake up feeling stronger and more alive. That nut is the walnut. Walnuts are a perfect evening companion for older men. They're packed with omega-3s, antioxidants, and one of the highest levels of L-arginine among any commonly eaten nut. This amino acid is a vital building block for nitric oxide, the molecule responsible for relaxing blood vessels and increasing blood flow, especially where it counts most. But what makes walnuts ideal before bedtime is how they work in harmony with your body's natural rhythms. During sleep, your body shifts into recovery mode. Hormones rebalance, tissues repair, blood vessels regenerate. Giving your body the right fuel at this time supercharges that healing process. A small serving of walnuts, roughly 6 to 8 halves about half an hour before you turn in, can provide a gentle, sustained release of nutrients throughout the night. That means more effective overnight circulation, healthier vessel repair, and a stronger likelihood of waking up with firmer, more consistent morning erections. For many men, this is the first clear signal that their system is reawakening, that their body is still capable and ready to respond. It's like your biology saying, "I never left, I just needed better support." And there's more. Walnuts also contain melatonin, the natural hormone that regulates your sleep cycle. Quality sleep is absolutely essential for testosterone production. In fact, most of your testosterone is generated during the deepest phases of rest. When your sleep suffers, your hormones drop, your energy dips, and your desire fades. But by combining melatonin with L-arginine and heart-healthy fats, walnuts do more than just help you sleep. They help you rebuild, quietly, gently, and powerfully. But when you combine the melatonin in walnuts with the nitric oxide boost from their L-arginine content, you're giving your body a powerful dual benefit supporting both overnight recovery and next-day performance. Think of walnuts as a quiet partner in your evening routine. They don't stimulate or overstimulate. They don't disrupt your system. Instead, they nourish, they restore, they reinforce what your body is already trying to, especially in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. This is the kind of gentle, steady support your body craves, something that works with you, not against you. I've shared this bedtime routine with many of my patients over the years, and the results are often remarkable. They begin waking up more refreshed, more alert, and more in tune with their bodies. That sense of confidence begins to return, and quite often, their partners notice too, not just in physical intimacy, but in the renewed emotional connection that comes when intimacy is no longer a source of frustration or distance. The truth is, you don't need a miracle cure. You don't need to follow extreme programs or rely on an endless stream of pills. What you really need is to listen to what your body's been quietly asking for and finally give it the nourishment it's been missing. Sometimes, that begins with something as small and simple as a walnut before bed. Now, as we bring this journey to a close, there's one more thought I want to leave with you. Because while nutrition matters deeply, it's only part of the larger picture. What you believe about your health, the care you give yourself, and the choices you make each day, those are the true drivers of lasting strength. So allow me to leave you with one final message. A clear, empowering reminder that could shift the way you think about aging, vitality, and what's still ahead for you. Conclusion: your next chapter starts here. If you've made it to this point, you've already taken a step that many never will. You've chosen to look inward, to take ownership, to learn what your body genuinely needs in this stage of life and how to support it wisely. We've explored 5 key nuts, each one with its own powerful role. Brazil nuts to reignite testosterone and antioxidant defense, walnuts to fuel blood flow and vascular health, almonds to restore vital minerals and balance hormones, pistachios to enhance stamina and responsiveness, and macadamias to protect your arteries and support natural hormone production. And then we discovered the final piece, eating walnuts before bed to accelerate your nighttime recovery and amplify your natural systems as you sleep. But this isn't just a list of foods, it's an invitation, a chance to reframe the way you see your body and your age. You're not declining, you're evolving. You don't need to rewind the clock. You need to fuel what's already strong within you. The spark hasn't gone out, it's simply waiting to be fed again. Because aging doesn't have to mean falling behind. It can mean becoming more refined, more focused, more in tune. When you give your body the right building blocks through food, movement, rest, and belief, you set the foundation for clarity, energy, and a deeper sense of connection to life. So begin today. A single change, one handful at a time. Your strongest years might not be behind you, they could be right in front of you, waiting to be reclaimed. Stay grounded, stay curious, and most of all, stay in the fight. There's more life to live, and it starts now.